If you've been struggling to master the minimal tech house sounds inspired by solid grooves, then this video is for you. Getting to grips with that minimalistic but heavy and dark style that Michael Bibby, Porter and Dennis Cruz has mastered over years is pretty difficult. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly how I made this track. So let's get stuck into Ableton. So first things first, let's start with the low end, which sounds a bit like this. So there's lots going on in this low end groove, but let's break it down step by step. Starting off with the kick. So you need one main kick, which is the fundamental heartbeat of your track. For this style, you want to find something with a bit of distorted, crunchy top end and a nice low end weight as well. Especially with the older Solid Groove stuff, they used a lot of heavily distorted 909, but now they've gone a bit more minimalistic. They're still using that dirty top end, but it's a bit cleaner on the bottom end. So the kick I opted for sounds like this. Very boomy, and I've emphasized that punch and weight by using a drum bus by Ableton. On top of that, this type of style includes a lot of ghost and groove accent kicks. For this, I've opted to use different kicks to give off a slightly different vibe. It almost feels like you're making a percussive groove with a tom, but you're just using kicks instead. And that sounds exactly like this. Bit weird by itself, but when you play it with a kick, it sounds really good. Just creates a slightly different, unique feeling and vibe compared to doing this inside the kick MIDI pattern itself. Now let's move on to the bass line. This type of sound has a dark, rumbling sub bass and often has that mid-range crunch to it as well. It's a lot more simple than you think. So the way I've opted for it in this track is 3 individual layers. I've got the main low end weight, which is just an 808 kick playing effectively a 1-note MIDI pattern with just the occasional up note and then down note for a bit of call and response and to improve the groove. In the older Solid Groove style, 808 kicks were always used heavily distorted to create their bass lines. From there, I've gone and added an 808 top layer to the bass, which sounds a bit like this. Which gives it that more gritty, rolling sound. I'm using quite a lot of notes within my bassline melody to create a faster groove, but if you wanted something a bit slower and deeper, like some of the older Solid Groove stuff, just try and use less bass notes, more spaced out, and you'll often find that's how you achieve that sound. And then finally, we've got an automation layer for the bass. All of this is following that same MIDI pattern on the sub bass layer, but they're just different mid layers on top of each other. And for those of you that want to know the presets, the one I opted for the sub bass is the deep welcome, so the initial preset that you have when you load up sub boom bass. The 808 mid layer is sub 808 edge bass, and the top layer is sub cool tom, all together with the kicks. Has that deep, dark and gritty vibe, but also still feels fairly modern with the style of groove that I've gone for. And the last part of the bass line is just some accent bass hits. My favorite way to do this is either through one-shot samples or even just bass hits within sub boom bass. For this track, primarily, I opted for bass samples, which I found off of Splice. Sound like this. On the group of this, I made sure to add a bit of redux as well. So this is degrading the sample. Effectively, it's making it sound worse. And that's why you can often hear this hiss and sort of top end whistle on the top. And this is helping separate it from the low end group itself and sort of stand out that extra bit more. So all together now for the low end group. So drums and percussion for this style will sound a bit like this. So you want to make sure it's still minimalistic in nature, but you want it to have that heavier tech house feeling that a lot of the older Solid Grooves record had. They were using bigger sounds with more weight, more washed out, longer tails on the hi-hats to give it that vibe. So with that in mind, I opted for quite a long sounding clap, which sounds like this. And these are just samples within a drum rack, nothing crazy or special there. And then the hi-hats themselves, one by one, sound like this. So you can see that it's still minimalistic because it's just different layers on top of that one offbeat hi-hat, and it's just evolving over time, giving off slightly more energy or a crisper top end. Now, how you want to give that kind of rough sound to it as well is obviously the samples you're picking, but a trick I like to use is reverb. So this sample here, it wouldn't sound the same if I took this reverb off. Sounds too dry and it loses that tail. Whereas that one now has that rougher sound just because of the reverb. Same with this one. Too dry. Sounds about right. So there's something really useful to think about within this style is adding a bit more reverb to your hi-hats and drum elements that you may not normally do. And finally, to finish off the drums, just a couple top loops. I would have got these off somewhere like Splice. And then we can move on to the percussion. So the percussion, you don't want to overdo it. You still want to try and keep with that minimalistic vibe in mind. So you're going to opt for subtle hits that play every now and again. So we have a rolling modular percussion loop in the background, which is just a sample that I found. And then in comes the subtle one-shots, which sound like this. They're almost like wood samples that you could find. That's what I searched for when I found all of these different hits here. And then we're just finding ever so subtle glitch hits to emphasize the groove. And pay attention again to the reverb. Both my Send A and B are my two reverbs, and you can see most of these channels have a lot of reverb. And that's what helps give it that washed out, atmospheric, old school sound. So altogether, the drums and percussion sound like this. And with our low end, the next most important thing for this style is the vocals. Most of the Solid Grooves tracks will have a catchy vocal hook. That's what makes them stand out and sound so unique within the club. A lot of the time, they still take that minimalistic nature. They're just a short phrase or one shot. The one I've opted for in this track sounds like this.
Believe in the music.
And I've really affected this to give it a dark underground vibe by using a tape delay effect. So on channel 1 here, I've pitched it down.
Believe in the music.
Channel 2 is normal.
Believe in the music.
And then on the whole channel itself, I've used a tape delay effect. Combine that with a reverb and it sounds like this.
Believe in the music.
And from there I found areas of the vocal to accent this main one. And why all of these samples sound familiar and the same is because of that processing I just went through. Even though they're different samples coming from different packs, They all have that same vibe because of the effects I placed on them. And finally, the atmosphere and the effects of this style. Now, the older Solid Groove stuff just relied on your stereotypical rises, impact noises, and some weird effects to carry the groove along. But some of the newer stuff relies on a lot more textural and atmospheric effects to help the breakdowns and the build-ups. So for that reason, I've split my two groups up into rises and impacts and general effects and atmosphere. So the effects in the breakdown section sound a bit like this. So let's run through these one by one. We have this sample here first, which I've copied down the same processing of the vocal to give it that unique characteristic. We then have these bird effects, and then I've done the same with this effect underneath. Below it, I have some atmosphere loops that I found from Splice or sample packs. And then one-shot samples that I've cut up to almost emphasize and make more variation within the loop above it. Another one too. And this bird atmosphere here. And by stacking and compounding all of these atmosphere as effects, it creates a really nice, unique vibe. And this is something I see a lot of my students in my Artist Blueprint program lacking, is the ability to stack and layer this to make something unique. And instead, they're just trying to rely on one sample. Layering samples is completely fine as long as it sounds good and everything has its own separate space in the mix. There's no point just layering for the sake of it. It does need to be intentional. And then, of course, you've got all the typical effects for any house track, like rises, impact noises, and transition effects. And all together, the track sounds a bit like this. There you go. I hope you found that track breakdown useful. If you want to see exactly how I made this track from start to finish, the whole Track from Scratch series is inside Serotonin Studio. You can click on the link down below to sign up for free using our free trial. So hopefully I'll see you inside Serotonin Studio. If not, I'll catch you in another video very soon.